Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan, and today I'm going to be discussing episode 6 of The Traitors. So let's get into it. Okay, so we learned that there ended up being no murder as we see that everyone comes to breakfast. And I remember Colton said to watch out for Lisa. And so everyone seemed, or at least some people, looked at Lisa and how her reaction was going to be at breakfast, and I was kind of watching her too to see if she was going to change her manner at all. And she ended up kind of doing the same thing that she normally does every breakfast, but it's really interesting on how her and Colton get into it later on. It's, oh my gosh, the roundtables are just getting better and better. But anyways, before the roundtable, we have the challenge. I actually really enjoyed this challenge. It was really interesting because no one went for shields, and it blew my mind that this group of people keep coming together and saying, hey, have nobody go for shields. Everyone is on an equal level playing field for murder. And I'm just thinking in my head, it reminded me of season 2, the first episode where Janelle was just going for a shield right away, and everyone's like, oh, why is everyone why is she being so selfish? And I'm like, in Big Brother, that is her thing. She goes and wins things and vetoes. And so I just miss how even in season 2 when they did the one where they had to I think crawl in different spaces, and they had different shields that people were getting. I just really miss the grittiness of people wanting to get shields. This group is just so passive. I don't like how they're just okay, nobody gets shields. And I'm like, no, you need some of, we only have 2 gamers left. But I'm like, you need some of those people that are gamers that are from Big Brother, Survivor, The Challenge to go in there and, to kind of have that fight, which I feel like some of this group does not have. I miss the get your hands dirty. Go get a shield. And oh my gosh, I just really wish to spice up the game. Some of these people would, go for a shield and risk it, I digress. So at the end of the challenge, you see Rob, Ron, and Eric were the last 3. So I was like, oh no, they're the last 3. I was thinking that they would be up for murder, but they aren't. Alan just kind of told them, whatever the money pot was. And then they went back to the castle. I will say in this challenge, though, it didn't seem as scary as the players that made it out to be. I mean, they were probably just being overly dramatic about the bugs and everything. I'm like, on shows like this, they're not gonna put venomous bugs out there, to kill you or anything like that. So it was just kind of interesting on how scared they were over something that was just so minuscule. Come on now, people. So everyone goes back to the castle, and everyone is kind of, they have the pregame before the round table. And so it's kind of interesting because Johnny is starting to talk more. And so Johnny talks about if they now have the numbers for round table, or to at least recognize hey, if we get certain numbers, we can kind of control what happens at the round table. And it kind of gave me flashbacks to season 2 with Sandra and how she kind of did the strategy, which I thought was really cool with the billiard balls and everything. But I thought it was really cool that Johnny brought that up about numbers. I'm like, okay, now we're kind of getting into some of the game. Even though you may have the numbers on your side, everyone's probably not going to vote that way. I mean, it's so different than other game shows where you could persuade people as much as you can and guarantee those votes, but it isn't necessarily guaranteed until the vote is actually shown. I was surprised when it got to the round table on a lot of the people that Johnny thought was going to get out. I can't remember if he was going to get out Ron or Colton. Not everyone sided with that. It was there was only 3, there was three people, and they almost had an equal amount of votes to get either Ron, Lisa, or Colton out. And I was just surprised on how much the round table flipped in terms of, oh, we were going to get Ron out this week, but then Colton's name is out there as well. And then Lisa, last minute, she was put out on blast. And so I was just, I mean, to Ron's point later on, Rob's point later on, Like the game isn't over the next day. Like the game, it just like moves so quickly and minds get changed so quickly. That's like, it's like anything can happen. And that is proven with the round table. You know, it kind of reminds me of like a back door in Big Brother. Like sometimes you just don't know what's coming and it just goes. So I thought it was kind of interesting that Colton said to Lisa, hey, like, I'm not going to bring your name up, or kind of like a blackmail in a way. And then he brings it up at the table. I'm like, you literally just told Lisa in order to gain trust that you weren't going to say anything about it. And then he decides to do it. And then now they're fighting with each other. And I thought it was really interesting that Rob put Lisa's name down. And I think it was smart. I mean, it made sense because every traitor has to look out for their game too. So even though if you're in an alliance with someone, you still, at the end of the day, have to look out for yourself. And I think Rob did really good at that because everyone knows that he has an alliance with Ron, or he's close with Ron. Same with Colton. Like, everyone knows that. So why would you deter from those things that's going to make you even more suspicious? I wish the housewives gave him a little bit more grace in the kitchen when he told them why. They're like, oh no, it wouldn't have been upset. He's like, yeah, it would have made a big difference if I put Colton's name down and Ron's name down. They're going to be suspicious of me because I am close to them and I have loyalty to them. But it also shows that Rob has loyalty to the faithfuls by playing it the way he's playing it. It's no different than Candace. Candace has been consistent with Ron the entire time. If she decided to flip to Colton, everyone would be like, why did you flip to Colton? You know? So Candace can't be calling Rob out when she's doing the exact same thing. She's staying consistent with her answer. And Rob is staying consistent by being loyal to both Ron and Colton. So I hope with this murder in plain sight, we still somewhat get an interaction between the three of them so that they can come to a consensus together. And when Rob said something a few episodes ago where he's like, there's only so much I can do to protect Lisa. Same with Candace. There's only so much that they can do. I think the housewives will get found out more than Rob because they'll see that the housewives are still in the game. And if none of them has been, you know, banished since Portia, like something's got to be up because they have the numbers on their side. So, I mean, what an episode. I mean, these roundtables are just getting more cinematic each time. Like last season, I know we had some good roundtables. Season 2 had some great roundtables. And I'm just surprised on how many good roundtables, knowing the way people were voting the last couple of times and how cinematic. There's like, I would thought yesterday's roundtable was going to be boring, but it wasn't. It was just like chef's kiss. I really want Colton to leave. I've had like enough of him. He annoys me so much. I was really sad to see Ron leave, but I think it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what the murder in plain sight does. I was surprised that Lisa was the one who took the jewelry. I thought with the way Candace dresses, it would have suited her more. And because Lisa does have a riffraff in the house, I don't know if many people are going to come up and like touch the jewelry. So I'm a little worried about that. I think Rob is in a great position right now. I think he did show a little bit of his emotions, but I think it actually kind of benefited him in the faithful aspect. I think he can still reel his way in with the traitors because, like I said, that the housewives have the numbers, and I feel like that would be more suspicious than Rob. And I think I don't think he's going to get too much in trouble for Candace and Lisa, because if Candace and Lisa come after him, that exposes them too. So it's like they're just going to have to deal with whatever decisions that they're making right now, and they're just going to have to accept what Rob did, and that's just it. That's all. That's it. I keep seeing on the internet that Alan keeps teasing that next episode is like the biggest moment in the series so far through all of the seasons. So I literally cannot wait to see what this is. Like, I have no idea. Like, they're obviously at this banquet, and then the traitors still have to do murder in plain sight. So you have that chaos going on, and then the other chaos with, you know, Ron being a faithful, and like the house being split. Like, it's chaos is going to ensue. Then I think they know that something's going to be up. So I wonder if they're going to be suspicious, the faithfuls, of a possible murder in plain sight again, considering there was no murder the night before. I wonder if they're going to do like a double murder or something, because technically we'd probably be like a week behind since we didn't really do a murder, unless that murder in plain sight is going to make up for the murder that they did not do. I don't know, but I freaking love this show, and it's honestly the best. That's it for my review on episode 6. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.